what do you think of the night that Volpe had to really spark you guys there to start in the third?
Oh, just incredible. He brought a lot of energy tonight on both sides of the ball. Making some great plays on defense, and then the huge grand slam there to give us the lead. That was a special swing. I had a good view of third base for that one. Just guys got on base, and all it takes is just one swing.
Could you feel that momentum shift after that? Guys kind of relaxing a little bit, continuing with some solid at-bats?
Yeah, definitely momentum was on our side, but they got a great ball club over there, and they kept fighting. They scratched off another 2 runs to get within 1. But the guys stayed focused on what we needed to do. We know it was early in the game. I think that happened in the third inning. So we knew there was still a lot of ball game left to play, and we just had to take care of business.
Verdugo made the comment earlier that when Freddie hit that home run in the first, you guys did not let it deflate you this time around. How did you keep the energy at that moment?
Well, we just know what's at stake. We're playing for our lives, so. It really doesn't matter what happens. We just got to continue to play our game like I told you guys yesterday. Just focus on what we can do and we'll be where we want to be.
Anthony grew up a Yankees fan. What do you think tonight meant to him personally?
Definitely meant a lot, but we still got a lot of work left to do. So I don't know what he said, what it meant to him, but I think it definitely meant a lot. I don't know.
Does the circumstance, the backs against the wall, that must-win situation, does that circumstance in some ways relieve the pressure? You kind of go out there and just play more aggressive because you have to?
It's all the same. Like I said, we're just focused on one game. Even when the series was 0-0, it's just about winning one game and kind of going from there. So just because our backs are against the wall, it really hasn't changed that mindset, especially with this group who's been through a lot. So we're just going to keep doing that.
How nice is it to have Garrett Cole? How nice is it to have Garrett Cole tomorrow?
It's always good having him on the mound, but like I said, we got to keep doing what we did today on offense, give him a little run support, and kind of go from there.
How important is Alex Verdugo on offense, on defense? What Verdugo brings to the table?
He's an incredible player. I've been telling him that since I first saw him in the Houston and Arizona series to start the season. He's an incredible outfielder. His at-bats, he had that long at-bat, battled on some tough pitches, and we're able to get another run. He's an all-around complete player, so we're definitely lucky to have him.
How good does it feel knowing you have your ace going tomorrow?
It's always good, having Garrett on the mound. He's a complete package as a pitcher. Had some tough at-bats for him in LA, so hopefully looking forward to more of that.
What was it like in here today? It's a different situation than you ever faced.
Say it again?
What was it like in here today before the game started? Same as usual or different?
Same as usual.
Aaron, Jazz was saying that the Yankees are an organization with tons of history, and maybe this is the year you guys can make some more history and do something that's never been done. I know you're doing it one at a time, but do you allow yourself at all today thinking, I know it's one at a time, but maybe somebody's going to do it some year. Maybe this can be our destiny?
No, we got to focus on just win another game. That's it. We'll look up at the end of it and see what happens, but that's what got us to this point. We weren't looking at the end of the year in May. We weren't looking at the end of the year in June. We were focused on what we could do that day, so we're just going to keep doing that.
Aaron, how important was the way you finished this game in the 8th inning offensively? Added plenty of runs. You guys saw 50 pitches in that 8th inning.
Yeah, like I said, the team just had no quit. Just good at bat after good at bat. Like you said, found out some tough pitches from a great bullpen that they have, and we'll just hopefully continue that in tomorrow and hopefully get an early spark and kind of give Garrett a lead.
Where exactly did that pitch hit you?
What's that?
Where exactly did that pitch get you?
The thumb and the hand. Kind of got both of them. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, like I said earlier, talking about Verdugo, just impressive at-bats from him, all season long. I know he probably didn't put up the numbers in the regular season that he wanted to, but all year he was talking about, hey, just get me to the postseason and I'll do something special. And that's what we've seen so long this whole postseason. You get guys on base, big situation, that guy's up there battling, he'll put the ball in play, do something special, and just like that, you bat off some tough pitches, and then put the ball in play, and something good's going to happen.
Aaron, was tonight the best that you felt at the plate in the World Series so far?
I don't even know. I'm not really focused on that.
Juan, what did this team show you tonight in terms of fight, in terms of resilience?
We never give up. We never give up. That's what we do. That's what we do. Even if we are in the worst spot, we've been showing it all year long. We never give up. We here. We try to keep competing and doing a lot of stuff. Definitely today we did a really good job putting the ball in play, making move on the bases and here and there, and I think that's what we got the lead.
What kind of confidence do you have handing the ball to Garrett Cole tomorrow for Game 5?
It's always, our confidence is always the highest when he's on the mound, and not only with him, with all the guys that we have. I mean, we have confidence in every single guy in this clubhouse, so we really feel really comfortable where we're at, and we're gonna keep grinding.
What were your thoughts when Anthony Volpe hit the grand slam?
Sorry, what?
What were your thoughts when Anthony Volpe? What were your emotions?
I mean, we got the lead. We got the lead. That's all I'm thinking. We got the lead. We got room to work with, and we're going from there.
How important was it the way you guys finished the game, especially in that 8th inning? You saw 50 pitches as a team and really added to the lead.
I would say just the momentum for the game tomorrow, I think, is a really good sign that we're feeling good at the plate, and we're gonna try to do the same thing tomorrow.
Think of the crowd tonight.
Just electric. Those fans are the best in the world. I mean, they've been showing up day in, day out. We're really happy to play for them.
Well, no one's ever escaped the 0-3 hole. It's going to happen sometime. It happened in the ALCS with the Yankees and Red Sox the one year. If you allow yourself to say, maybe we can be the team where you just say, we got one, let's get two and go from there.
I feel like this team right here is just special. It's just special, but at the end of the day, we're not trying to come back from 3-0. We try to win every day. That's the mindset. We're trying to go 1-0 every day, and that's what we're trying to do here, and see what's going to happen at the end of the day.
AV, man. I mean, obviously, I feel like, Louis giving us 5 strong right there. Gave up the, 2-run shot early, but kind of got back on the horse, and then AV just really gave us that jolt of energy that we really needed with that grand slam.
How relaxed were you guys after that grand slam? What did it do for you?
Yeah, I felt like, it really kind of, that big hit that we've been looking for, kind of, it happened, and just felt like a big exhale in the dugout, and everybody could kind of, play free and easy again, and just, worry about adding on and keeping the lead.
Could you feel that coming in the 3rd inning, that momentum building?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think there were some good at-bats. Couple pitches got away from Huddy and, hit our guys, and, everybody stayed focused, stayed dialed in, and, dugout was all over it and kind of, adding the noise, and, AV just coming up there, picking up our guys and really putting a big swing out there.
The approach. You guys got the results this evening, but did you feel anything different about the way you guys were going about your business leading into the game or during the game that led to those different results?
I don't think leading into the game, I feel like we stayed pretty consistent with the way we work and how we prepare for a game, but I think, just this time it was kind of like, they got the early runs, and we didn't feel like the stadium or in our dugout we didn't feel like we deflated. We felt like, we were just like, all right, man, we've had our back against the wall, but, at the end of the day we got to score runs, and, we just all had each other's back and kept getting the guys on, and finally that big hit came.
How good a position are you guys in with Garrett going tomorrow? How confident are you feeling?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. That's our ace. We like it. We like our chances with him up there, and it'll be our second time seeing Flaherty. So, there's going to be no easy games here, but we like that matchup, and we just got to go out there and handle business.
How important was it that you guys had most of the lineup contribute tonight? And it was not only just, a couple of guys, but it seemed like everybody did something.
Yeah, it was huge. I think there's a lot of big stepping stones in there. A lot of guys kind of, starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more rhythm at the plate, and getting their swings off. So, for us, that's big, and we know that this is an offense that when we get hot and we click can really get going.
Alex, it seems like guys will be more aggressive as well, 5 stealing bases for the team. If you guys could kind of get a little bit more going on the base paths, put pressure on them, how valuable is that for the rest of the series?
Yeah, very valuable. I mean, we got a couple guys that are speed guys that, I think we all see it. Get a guy on first, you steal second, you kind of eliminate that double play ball. Maybe a rollover now gets him over to third, and, we can play situational hitting at that point. So for us, the speed guys are huge, huge component, and kind of make that offense, kind of gel a little bit better.
And you mentioned Hill, but what did you think of the work of the bullpen yet again tonight?
Yeah, our bullpen's been lights out, this whole postseason, and I think we like our guys a lot back there. So our back end we're very comfortable with. We just got to make sure we're getting them in there with the lead.
Continued aggressive approach.
a dream come true for him, man. I mean, a hometown kid, you know, hitting a grand slam in Game 4, must-win game. So, you know, that guy, he's serious and he really cares about this team. And I mean, it's in his blood. So I know this one was special for him.
Alex, do you think that 8th inning at bat against Honeywell, 10-11 pitches, I think that's the kind of thing that can kind of change momentum for a team? Obviously, it's momentum to start with, obviously, but
yeah, I mean, you know, I think just the biggest thing is just fighting, man, going up there and competing. And you know, I got down 0-2 and said, you know, we chased a couple pitches out of the zone, but I was just trying to do everything I could to, you know, prolong that at bat and leave it with a productive out. You know, just like I said, you get guys on third with less than 2 outs, you got to find a way to get that run in. And if we don't, you know, we end up losing that game by 1 run, then, you know, it kind of kicks yourself in the butt. So I feel like that was a good one just to get a run in, nobody out, and, you know, GT at the top kind of feel free to, you know, take a G-hack, and he did that.
Alex, what did you think of the crowd tonight at Yankee Stadium? I mean, it seemed like they were waiting to explode all night last night, and then tonight you guys, you know, really gave me the opportunity.
Yeah, it felt great, man. The atmosphere today was electric. It felt like, you know, fans had our back from the whole entire game, and even after the 2-run homer, it didn't feel like it deflated like anybody that long. It felt like it was kind of like a sigh, that one sucked, but then it was like back on the horse, like let's go Yankees, and everybody bringing the energy. So. Yeah, that was a great bounce back.
Does the circumstance, the must-win circumstance, in a way allow you to play loose, knowing you just got to lay it all out there? I mean, does that factor at all?
Yeah, I would say so, right? I mean, I think the biggest thing is, like you said, we have our back against the wall, and it's you know, go out here and play it like it's your last game, right? And you know, you never know if you're going to be back in the World Series or not. You know, this is a privilege and a blessing. So, you know, you just go out there and lay it all out there, and at the end of the day, if we win, we lose, you know, at least we can cross that box that, hey, we gave 100%.
Do you feel the pressure leans a little bit towards the Dodgers?
No. I feel like, you know, obviously we have momentum right now. This is one game. They still have 3 on us, so, you know, we got to come out here tomorrow, win, and I feel like going back to LA will then give them a little bit more pressure.
What would be your inspiration for tomorrow?
Same as today, you know, just go out there and, you know, it's a must win. We want to go back to LA. We want to force a game 6, game 7, and you know, for us it's just, like I said, lay it out there. You know, do everything we can to see the next day.